Today we're going to unveil our launch markets with 4G LTE by the end of this year. Now, if you look at the map that's going to come up here, that is our 3G coverage map today. And what you see flashing up on the screen are the 38 markets from coast to coast that will be our LTE launch markets. As you can see, these are major markets from coast to coast. Will reach more than 1/3 of all Americans where they live and work, and that's 110 million pops the day that we flip the switch on this network. This network, coupled with millions of different applications, will connect people, places, and things that previously were not connected, or in ways that are much richer, more multidimensional than they were connected ever before. So first, there's a tendency to think that LTE is just about speed, but that misses half of the equation. While speed goes up dramatically by a factor of 10 over our 3G networks, equally important is that latency drops by more than half. Now, it's those two things together that make LTE so transformative over anything that we can do today. I think the second misconception is that all 4G is the same. Networks have always been about how you build them, how you manage them, from backhaul to redundancy to devices that all lead significant reliability. And there's really no difference with 4G. There's also the factor of physics. Our seamless coast-to-coast footprint, all in the 700 megahertz frequency, offers faster time to market for device manufacturers and better performance than multi-frequency networks will in the same time frame. We're on track for LTE to reach 2/3 of the U.S. population in the next 18 months, and will quickly expand to cover most of the rest of the population by 2013 to be equal to what we have in 3G today. I think today is really an important milestone, not just for Verizon Wireless, but for the industry in general. We have been waiting for years to be able to say that things like machine-to-machine, things like full-motion video could be really carried over a wireless network. And when you look at what 4G LTE does with 10 times the speed and half the latency of a 3G network, and you combine that with what's capable in the cloud these days, you combine that with the 200,000 apps on Android and the 300,000 apps on iPhone, and you start looking at 1 gigahertz processors in the phone and the devices, you really see the ecosystem starting to form to really deliver some of the things that we've talked about probably for 10 years. I do want to highlight that we'll have 62 airports covered, so for the mobile enterprise customer that does a lot of traveling across the U.S., we'll have, those are not only inside these 38 markets, but 7 additional airports as well. So I'd say, bottom line, I think that this is a significant shift for the industry. This is the kind of thing that we've talked about for 20 years, to be able to get to this point and have these sort of deep integrated services, as well as doing all of the machine-to-machine that we've probably talked about for the last 30 years.
Verizon is the first, large carrier that is launching a 4G LTE network, that is really providing to 110 million customers from day one, ultra high-speed coverage, and that is very exciting. I was very impressed that right out of the gate, Verizon is covering 110 million customers. This is from day one. Wherever you go, almost, you will have coverage, and that is a really very impressive feat.